I am Tanmay Bhattacharjee. I am actually the IT security analyst of India Cyber Security Solution, and I am also the trainer and provider servicing. Okay, and on the company base, and also the CCNA certified, CS certified, and the NPT certified, and also I had served Indian Army for 11 years. And I also be touch on social media like LinkedIn and Twitter. So this is my LinkedIn and Twitter link. So firstly we just start with what is the CCNA. So we just discuss on the CCNA. So before we start our discussion, so we understand about what is actually the CCNA. The CCNA actually the certification is under the Cisco. So Cisco Certified Network Associate. And we just discussed on there are the various of the Cisco CCNA security, CCNA cloud. Okay, but we just discuss on a CCNA RNS. RNS means routing and switching. This is a certification program for entry-level network engineer that helps maximize your investment in the foundation network knowledge and increase the value of your employee. Means this certification is very useful for the entry level. Okay, when you try to access for any networking domain, so this certification been required. Okay, and it would be possible that this is after you just the CCNA, there is another is CCNP is intermediate level, and this is a Cisco certified network professional, and the next part is the CCI is expert level. Okay, so firstly don't look that one. Firstly you understand about the basic. The basic is the foundation. If you make your foundation and if your foundation is strong, so that is a CCNP and CCI is also easy to use. So comes on the introduction part. While discuss on this introduction part, there the lecture one is what is the computer network, and we just starting on the what is LAN and what is MAN and what is WAN. The parts of networks, what is actually the parts of the networks, and then after we just discuss on the internet, how the internet works, and what is web server and what is server, what is client and host, and what is NIC and what is protocol. Then after we just discussing and just demonstrate on the topology. Okay, so bus topology, ring topology, start topology, the mesh topology. This is the basic topology. Topology means the layouts. Okay, and we're just discussing on the network components, the OSI models. Okay, what is modem and what is router and what is switch and what is repeater. Then after we're just discussing on the internet protocol. So internet protocol, the internet we're just discussing mainly on the IPv4. Okay, the same things are using on the IPv6, but we're just discussing on the internet protocol. These are the main things on a network to communicate to each other. Without protocol, we can't communicate to each other. Okay, so how binary code works and what is network ID and what is host ID, what is subnetting, what is CIDR notations. So on a protocol section, so we just discuss about on what is TCP, what is UDP, sorry there's UPD. So what is HTTP and what is FTP and what is TFTP and what is SMTP and what is the POP, what is ICMP. These are the protocols. Then after we just discussing on the theory parts of the routing and switching, what is actually the Cisco hardware components on their switch and their router, and what is the Cisco software actually, what is the router categories, what is the router ports, and what is the router functions. And we just discussing about the routing, what is actually the routing. On this section we just discuss about how it decide the base routes and the static routings and the dynamic routings. Okay, so I just discussing on this topic. Okay, so first I was discussing on this topic, and this is the theory part, and don't get be bored. Okay, so we're just discussing about in this one, and I hope you are just enjoying with this section. And so firstly just starting with the introduction, what is actually the computer network. Okay, So what is actually the computer network? If you not understand about the computer network, so that is very difficult to what is actually the computer network. So I just close my this one and I just backs and here, sorry guys, so I just do. So this is a device and I am not a good on drawing. Okay, so this is the device and so this one also be device and this one also be device. So this is a route switch and this is a router and this is a internet. Here is a modem. So this route connect a modem, the router connect to here and this one is connect to here and then after so this is a network. So bunch of devices connecting to each other and communicating to each other and connecting to the internet, that is actually the computer network, the simple definition. But what the Wikipedia told them, let's share the Wikipedia about the computer network. So a computer network is a digital telecommunication network for the sharing resources between nodes. What is actually the nodes? This is a node. The devices are nodes which are connecting to the internet. Nodes communication device that use a common telecommunication technology. Data transmission between nodes is supported over data links consisting of physical cable such as twisted pair and the fiber optic cable, or by the wireless nodes such as the Wi-Fi, microwave transmission and the free space optical communication. So this is actually the pure definition, okay, on the computer network, which were actually explained by the Wikipedia, okay. And then after we just move in what is LAN. Okay, so in a computer network, so mainly in a basic criteria there is a three types of network: LAN, WAN and MAN. Okay, so LAN means is a local area network. So what is the definition of the local area network? The network that interconnects computers within a limited area such as your residence, school, your laboratory, your university campus or the office building. Okay, and this is actually the diagram of the LAN. Let's check. So this is our PC and this is actually the internet and my modem. I just actually the just simple things, we just require the broadband connection, right? So on a broadband connection, so we just call to the ISP provider. So ISP provider provide us the connection. The what is actually the basic stuffs happen there. So firstly the ISP provider provide us the modem, and from the modem we need a router and to the WAD, and then after this is actually a router, and then after the router got Wi-Fi and there's a workstation and you have the plenty of devices, so we need a switch. Okay, from the Wi-Fi we just connected from the wireless, the Wi-Fi full form is the Wi-Fi fidelity. So iPhone, laptops and my smartphones, and wirelessly, and with WAD we just need a switch, my server, my workstation, my devices are connected to this. This is a simple diagram of the LAN, and this is a very simple one. Everyone will understand this is actually the LAN diagram. Okay, so then after, what is actually the MAN? Okay, the metropolitan area network. So the full form of the MAN is a metropolitan area network. Is a network with a size greater than LAN but smaller than a one. It normally comprises the network interconnection with the city that also offer connection to the internet. This is actually the MAN definition. The MAN diagram. See, there's a plenty of LANs are connected to the one. The MAN. There's a one LAN. 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 Is connected to it, and it makes a MAN. So next we discuss on the WAN. Okay, we're not wasting this time on the WAN because after this theory part we are discussing on the practical parts also. The practical parts is a very important one to understand about the routing protocols. Okay, so I just covered up. You just if you have any questions from here, there is a Q&A discussion box there. You just ask their question. I definitely, or they email me personally, I just definitely helps you. Okay, so the network that extends over a large geographical distance, which is often established with ISP circuit, is actually work. The WAN is like the biggest example of WAN is internet. Okay, if you're looking for, and there's a situation in one place, in one country, and under one country there are lots of provinces. There's 7 and 8 provinces. So if you look for the WAN technology, so every provinces is work like a LAN, and lots of provinces connected to the one place. That is the example of that. Okay, so this is a diagram. So this is the city, this is the government office under the city, these are ISP providers, and ISP providers provided this one. Okay, so this one and this one is connected together. Okay, so this is actually the very basic diagram of the WAN. Okay, so we just discuss on the network security threats. Okay, this is a very important one to understand about the security threats also when we work on the basic criteria. So what is actually the basic security threats on a network? So there is a DOS attack, means denial of service attack. Okay, it's happened on your network. Okay, and the virus, worms, malware, spyware, trojan, and adware also be affected your network. So spam, any spam like email phishing, okay, SMS phishing, these types of spams is also be harms your network. And the phishing, I just say the phishing is means spam. Okay, so what is actually the solution? Okay, and you keep your network secured. So firstly you just the network admin actually working on the ACR, okay, access control list is actually working on the BPC. Okay, then after you just build firewall, okay, the application firewall, the network firewall, the static firewall. You just this one makes a policy and rules the firewall to prevent the malicious traffic. So then after you just have the antiviruses. Okay, you just antivirus launch the set the antiviruses on your particular systems. So that is also be helpful for you and for your system and for your network, because what it thinks that now the the network is really the network. If you advantage on a network, so there is a on a 60-second there also is disadvantage. So another 60-second disadvantage these types of attacks. Okay, I just previously just discussed with you the attacks. Okay, so this is our first day and the first topic to understand on these things. On the next day we are starting on the new slides. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.